Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. I am so excited that you are here today. I am so excited to finally do my Disney dining plan video. I have waited an entire year since we got back from our trip in 2019 to film this video, and now that I'm ready, there is no Disney dining plan. Unfortunately, because of the current state of the world, they have canceled it for the moment, but I am certain that Disney will bring it back. And when they do, we will be ready and we'll have all the information that you need to know. You'll have a lot of information, maybe not all that you need to know, but I hope that this is a helpful video for you. I watched several videos leading up to our trips and our planning, and this is some things I've learned from them, but a lot of personal experiences as well. So I'm really excited to bring this to you, so let's just dive right in. Okay, so Disney has 3 levels of dining plan: the quick service, the Disney dining plan, and the deluxe dining plan. Don't know a ton about these other 2 because we did not use those, but we are going to talk about quick service dining plan today. So we used quick service on both of our trips to Disney World, and yes, I said both. We've only been twice, but I promise you, whether you are a newbie, you've never been before, you've been a ton of times, this video will have a lot of information that will be helpful to you. So hang with me, okay? All right, so the quick service dining plan is 2 quick service meals, which that scares people away sometimes. Quick service is more of a fast food ordering style, meaning you can walk up to the window, order your food, wait for it, get it on a tray, go find a table, sit down. The food that you get is not always fast food style, so don't let that scare you off. Disney has fantastic dining options within quick service, and you won't regret it, I promise. So don't let that scare you off. But you get 2 quick service meals per day, 2 snacks per day, which I'll pop a little logo on the screen. All around the parks, on all the menus, they have this little logo, and that tells you what is the snack credit. And it can be anything from a bottle of water. Don't ever use it on a bottle of water, ever. Or a popcorn refill. Those are quick tips. We're not getting into all that today. But you can use it on those, and it goes all the way up to, like, some things are $8. Like some of the big waffle sandwiches and stuff, funnel cakes. So you can get a really good value with that. And then in addition to those things, that's daily, you get a refillable mug that you get to use every day of your trip and refill as many times as you want all day long at your resort. You can bring it into the parks, but you can't refill it anywhere within the parks. So I think those alone are like $18. So you get that much food every single day of your trip. That's kind of one of the catches, I suppose. You do have to carry the dining plan for every day of your trip on every person that's on your reservation. So when you acquire that dining plan, it goes onto your Magic Band, and then when you go to any of your options, whether you're getting a snack or food or coffee or whatever, and you scan your Magic Band and it deducts that credit. So it's a really simple, easy way. Here is what the dining plan did for me. I am a budget conscious mama. My motto is let's eat cheap. We go to the Mexican restaurant, we get just the lunch meal, which is like $7 a piece, and we get water. Like, we save the $3 on a soda or whatever. So that's kind of our mantra, let's eat cheap. And so having the dining plan let me be that mama that said, yes, like, this is vacation. You want to order that? Yes. There's a little exception to that, if you will. My kids are adventurous eaters. So if they want to try something, they're not only going to try it, they're probably going to eat it all. It may not be their preference. It may not be what they actually really like, but they will eat it. So that also helps me say yes a little bit. But when it came to price, you're gonna see in a minute how much some of these meals cost us. Never would I do that on a normal day. And so that's what the quick service dining plan really did for me as a budget conscious mama, is allowed me to say yes. And then we could all be on vacation mode, and I didn't have to think about the money aspect of it because it was already prepaid. And every day, every moment, I wasn't having to shell out money for all those meals and be like, oh no, that's too much. That's cost $18. You should probably get something that costs like $8, which is, how we normally live our life. On vacation, I don't want to be like that. Yes, let's do it. Get whatever you want. And that's what the quick service dining did for me. So there's my little testimony about why we do it. Now let's get into like some of the facts, if you will, of if it's a good value or not. So our first trip in 2017, we booked in a little bit shorter of a time frame. So we just missed out on free dining. We kind of were up in the air if we wanted to do it or not, and we waited just too long, missed out on that. So we paid for it. We paid a little over $1,500 just for dining. That's a lot of money, but like I said, in the end, after we did it, I was like, totally worth it. Yes, I'm glad we did it. We're doing it again next time. And so then fast forward to our next trip in 2019, whenever we were doing our booking, I was like, I want the quick service dining plan. So my travel agent got it booked for us. Perks of having a travel agent is they find the deals for you. So when free dining became available, she's like, hey, free dining, you want it? And I'm like, yes. And so she said, well, you have to change your resort and you have to upgrade to park hopper. I was like, no problem, let's do it. Because it saved us over $1,000, $1,038 to be exact, to get free dining. Now, like I said, we were already ready to pay for it, which it had gone up in 2 years. So now it was gonna be $1,638. But we saved $1,000 and got the free dining. So we had to upgrade to park hopper, but we got free dining. So that's kind of where that extra money went. But again, it was still worth it. We loved having park hopper. I'll probably never go back on park hopper either. So that's a whole nother video we can get into one of these days. We had to switch to Pop Century, which spoiler alert, I didn't really love Pop Century. Would I switch resorts again to Pop Century to get free dining? Probably, because that's a big savings, and for the most part we just slept there, but it definitely wasn't my favorite resort. So we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Okay, so when you get your reservation booked, you have your dining plan on there. Once you check in, all of your dining credits and all of your snack credits go into one pool. So it doesn't matter who in your party spends them, it doesn't matter when you spend them. I mean, you could go and order 3 meals per person in one sitting. If you wanted a hamburger meal and a chicken nugget meal and a whatever, but you're just gonna get the main and the side and the drink or whatever all comes with that. And so it doesn't matter when you spend them or what cadence you spend them in or who spends them. And it also doesn't matter if you use it on a kid's meal or an adult meal, even though you only paid kid pricing. I think they most of the time assume that a kid's gonna get a kid's meal. Like I said, my kids are more adventurous eaters, so they were more apt to get an adult meal because kids' meals are chicken nuggets and Uncrustables. Don't get the dining plan for chicken nuggets and Uncrustables. There's a little tip for you. So all of those credits go in to one pool and you can pull from them whenever you want throughout the entirety of your trip. So numbers wise, let's break it down. Sorry, I got my cheat sheet here and my eyes are bad, so I'm gonna have to hold it instead of having it out in front of me. If you don't want to hear all of these numbers and facts and everything that I have on this sheet, I'll put a timestamp right here. Go ahead and fast forward past all of my prices and ramblings on here. I know for me, I like hearing those things. That's why I'm putting this out here, but I also know not everybody wants all of the numbers and prices, and they could care less what we paid because it may not be what you would want. So anyway, feel free to skip that part if you would like. Here's the timestamp. Go to that for the grand total and the rest of this video. So I need to get into this real quick. Let's break down all of my pricings on what I spent each day and we'll sum it all up at the end. So our first night we had 4 meals, of course 4 of us, 1 each, and we got our mugs. So the mugs are like $18 a piece. And so that was a big chunk of this money. $144 on our first meal on our first night in Disney World. So that right there is enough to give you sticker shock and like, holy cow, we just spent $144 on one meal. So then later that night, after we went to the pool and everything, we got 4 snacks and that was $19.35. The next morning, our first morning in the parks, we had Be Our Guest for breakfast. That is a great use of quick service credits because breakfast and lunch are quick service at Be Our Guest, and they are some of the higher priced meals for sure. Dinner is not there, but breakfast and lunch are. So it was a really good deal. Okay, so it was $132 for breakfast. That's a lot of money. Then after breakfast, we went to Starbucks and got coffees because they just had plain coffee at Be Our Guest, and we wanted fancy coffees. So Starbucks was $22.83, and that is any size Starbucks drink that you want is included within a snack credit. So that's really exciting too. For lunch, we went to Pecos Bills for $84. And then for dinner, we did Columbia Harbor House, which was seafood, fried shrimp, hush puppies, those kinds of things, for $74. So that was day one, actually technically day two, I guess. The next day we went to Animal Kingdom, but we had breakfast at our resort, so it was $48.95 at Pop Century. Then we had some drink credits that we used at Pongo Pongo in Pandora, and that was $12 just for some drinks for the four of us. Then we had lunch at Satuli Canteen, and that was $90. Some of these really higher priced meals is because you can also get a specialty drink with it. So you can get a slushie, you can get like a lemonade slushie is what's at most of them. Some places you can get a milkshake even. There's like options at all these different places, all different options. And so they include a high priced drink in with that as well. So again, you can see it's adding up, it's mounting up. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, we did breakfast at our resort again for $17.85. I think that day we just grabbed some like things out of the cooler, some fruit and things like that. None of us were super hungry. And oh, I skipped, we had ice cream at Animal Kingdom that night. And then we had Chicken Guy. We went to Disney Springs and had Chicken Guy for $52.67. And then we got fried pickles for $6.37 as a snack credit. And then we ate dinner at the Polite Pig for $73. So that was a lot. The next day we went to Hollywood Studios and we had a Jack Jack Cookie Num Num for, I think we got two of them, and it was $12.34. And we had Joffrey's Coffee, $24.24. And then we had a pizza at our resort, which one pizza is 2 dining credits. I think you have to give them 2 dining credits, but it's a full pizza and it's huge and it is really yummy, for $35.51. And then at the end of that day, we were already up to $860. So in the first just couple of days. Then we went to Epcot, and that was $42.35 at Starbucks. And then we had lunch at the Cantina, was $88.38. We had, snack video, shameless plug again, up in the cards. You can go watch our snacks around the world. So we used our snack credits for several of those things. Great Britain snack was $5.25, Germany snack $5.25, Canada snack $5.25. Then we got some frozen treats. They were like frozen themed when we watched the fireworks, and that was $16.49. And then we had dinner at Pop Century again for $78.15. We ate a lot at our resort this time. It rained a ton on this trip, and so it kind of sent us back to our resort more often than I really would have preferred, but we were tired and wet and soggy. So then our last morning for the parks, we park hopped and went all over the place, and we went to Starbucks, $21.86, Sleepy Hollow for breakfast foods, $40.64, Cosmic Rays for lunch, $72.32, and then we had dinner again at Pop Century for $58.15. I guess that wasn't our last day. This was our last day. We parked hopped both of these days, sorry. We went to Animal Kingdom in the morning and had breakfast at Creature Comforts, which is their Starbucks location, $46.24. We had Be Our Guest for lunch this time, and it is higher priced than breakfast, but $94.73. And then we had snacks at Sleepy Hollow. We had the churro ice cream sandwiches, and they were so good. $28. And then snacks at Pop Century, $29.97. Our last morning we got up and spent the rest of our breakfast credits that we had, or like meal credits, we spent on breakfast for $47.72. And then we had, actually we didn't spend them all. We had 1 meal credit left, and we had 11 snack credits left over. So you can exchange 1 meal credit for 3 snack credits. So that gave us 15 snack credits. So we had to go to the gift shop and get Rice Krispie treats and candy bars and all kinds of things, which was fine because we just gave them to our nieces and nephews as little gifts when we got back. But that all totaled up to $47.73. So grand total, we spent, quote unquote, because remember it was free, $1,587.39. So had we paid out of pocket, that's what we would have paid for each one of these meals combined. So that was actually not a good deal. What? Not a good deal. So we would have overspent by $44.13 because the dining plan was going to originally cost us $1,632 and we only spent $1,587. So we left $44 on the table, basically. And we didn't eat cheap, like I said. That's our mantra, eat cheap. But one thing we did do, like I said, we had a meal credit left over, so we didn't use that to its full potential. We had snack credits left over. We didn't use those to their full potential. Not using all of this to its full potential, like intentionally ordering the most expensive thing on the menu or whatever, we kind of left money on the table. But like I said, it was for free. Disney actually paid for all of this. We didn't lose $44. But if we had paid out of pocket, we would have. So is it a good value? This is where you have to decide what is more valuable to you, $44 or your peace of mind and your like free spirit willingness to let your kids get whatever they want and say yes, and you try new things and be more adventurous in your foods. I know for a fact that you can get your full potential. Like I said, we ate at Pop Century so many times. Those are not the most expensive meals. They're relatively cheap, honestly, compared to a lot of Disney foods. So we definitely didn't use it to our full potential, but I felt like because we got it for free, we probably took a little bit of liberties with that. We probably, thought of it a little more consciously on our first trip without really thinking of it like, oh, hey, we paid for this, let's get our money's worth. But it was so interesting to me when I filled this out and made this sheet, because I figured we spent way more than that, honestly, knowing how well we ate and everything. So anyway, all in all of that summed up, I know this is kind of a long video, lots of information. I hope that it was helpful to you. I hoped that you learned something about the Disney dining plan that you didn't already know. And I hope that my perspective on it helps you, if you're the type of mama that I am, make your decision on if you should do the dining plan or not. I do recommend it. I think we will probably reevaluate next time we go, which we are planning a 2021 trip. Kind of right now, it's still up in the air with the state of the world right now. I think we'll reevaluate it at that time. If we get free dining, yeah, we'll take it. We'll take advantage of that. But if free dining is not available, we might think about it a little bit harder, because now we're going to have 2 adult children, because both of our kids are over 10 now. So that price is going to go even higher. So again, that's another thing to think about. And the fact that you have to have it on every person of your stay. So if you know your kids are only going to eat like the kids meal type of stuff, it's probably not the best value for you. So just think through it. Use these figures and everything, and I hope it really helps you to make your decision on whether to get the Disney dining plan or not. Okay, that's all I have for you today. I feel like I touched on several topics today that made me like, oh, I want to go further into that, and I want to go further into that. So I'm going to add some things to my to-do list as far as filming some Disney videos, and I'll get those out there soon. If there's something that you want to know more about, please tell me. Let me know in the comments, and I will certainly do my best to give you all the information that I have. I love Disney World. If that wasn't recording the whole time, I will cry. I will literally cry. It had to have been recording. I hope you liked this video. Please go over and follow me on Instagram and on Facebook. It's IVCUNU everywhere. I'm on Pinterest. I'm starting that up, so go check that out. And make sure that you subscribe to my channel, like and comment on here so I can know that you're liking my content. and it'll encourage me to keep putting stuff out there. And turn on that notification bell so that you won't miss any of my new uploads. I am trying really hard right now to upload my Ministry Mondays on Monday and my lifestyle and Disney videos on Thursdays. So let's give me some encouragement, help me stick to that schedule so that I can get you guys what you want, and just keep doing this, which I love. Okay, stop rambling. I have to get off of here. I love you guys. Thank you so much. I'll see you next time. Bye.